I really like talking to people, and just as big a group as I can. You know, it's really interesting to hear stories, to be surprised. You know, I mean, my level of curiosity is my favorite moments are when somebody tells me something. I go, oh my gosh, I had no idea. You know, tell me more, and just take a deep dive into somebody who's, you know, willing to share. And most people are, it seems like. I think in Oklahoma, I've always thought, since I've covered my first story in Oklahoma in the early 80s, that there's something about Oklahomans that they're willing to share more than others. They're not reticent at all if you ask a question. Well, since I wear a lot of different hats, you know, there's conversations that I remember, and then there's pictures I remember. You know, there's you know, I think early on I was sort of exploring, like, what shape is this series gonna take for however long I have to do it. And I went up by the Panhandle once to there's a group of hang gliders that they were towing behind a pickup truck to get up in the air, and I really remember that story. And then I remember a conversation early on I had with a guy named Dave Wingo, who took me frog gigging one night, and it was just really, really fun. In particular, Kevin Ogle and I worked in Fort Smith together. He suggested, because of what I like to do there, which is shoot and report, he suggested I should come to Oklahoma City, and he contacted a friend of his named Tony Stizza, who was chief photographer here at that time and a member now of the Hall of Fame. But he said you should send him a tape, and at the time I had soured on reporting. I just wanted to be a photographer. That's what I thought, and he hired me within a few months, and that started me here. But what's really weird about my job is that it takes so many people. It takes so much to get something to a television screen, you know, that there's just a huge number of people who have to switch a newscast and present the story, or, you know, write it, or send an assignment, take a phone call. I mean, it's an amazing, and then you know, to say nothing of the technology that I have to bring to bear just to get somebody captured in a few moments, just to capture a moment that's going to translate across still more technology. It's mind-boggling to me. But all those people, you know, are part of what I do, and I guess I would be remiss if I didn't mention, you know, news staff, salespeople that, you know, pay the bills, and engineers that keep the equipment that I ruin working. And, you know, and then there's the reverse of that. I have to call somebody up on the phone, and they have to agree for me to, you know, bring all that stuff into their house, set it up, and sit quietly while I ask them probing questions, or show me what they're good at, or something. You know, it takes a lot, and I'm just sort of the conduit for all this stuff that I'm bringing around, and somehow it works almost every day.